Welcome back to the Battleship Cove and Inside the History. We're doing a two-part series here for our periscopes on board surface ships. And right now we're in the engine room of Battleship Massachusetts B1. And behind me is main engine gauge board. So we're going to go over periscopes inside the engine room as well, and a few other spaces. So we'll go through that. This is the second half. All right, this is the next step in our evolution of periscopes on a battleship. Believe it or not, since a battleship is armored, you can't always see what's going on. So, in the armored places, we need periscopes to see outside the ship to stay protected during battle. And up here, the armored bridge, you're going to need periscopes. So let's step on inside and see where the periscopes are. So, here we have an observation periscope here. Now, this is for the bridge crew as well. Now remember, these can be used for quick spotting or reference, or for check sight, which is check sight is when you're firing, you want to make sure you have nothing in your way. No friendly ships crossing over, part of your protection screen. So you want to constantly keep visual on what's going on and where, so that way the gunnery crew is loading. They're firing blind. They're relying on everyone else. So your periscopes are here for that purpose. You have one here and one there. So we're going to go up and take a look at the others that we have inside the citadel here. Or excuse me, the armored tower. Citadel is actually armor that surrounds the ship. So in the armored tower we have two down here and two above inside the fire control shack. Now we're back up in here. This is above the conning station, your armored conning station. When the armored tower in here, the armor is protected by 16 inches around us and a 7.5-inch roof. In here is the fire control area. This is where the weapons officer would be. The ship's weapons officer, he would be directing gunfire from here or using information from plot. So we've already covered this before with Dr. Scholes. John went through everything. But we have here are periscopes. As you can see, we have one here for the fire control system. That's basically a periscope. It's one fire control system, but it still operates as a periscope. You can see the tube for the one coming down from the conning station here on starboard side, and port side is the other tube. So you would actually have, these are your periscopes, long ones, and then you'd have your periscopes here for your fire controlman as well. And these are basically periscopes. So you have three just in here alone and two more down below. That's if you count the fire control system as being periscopes, which I would, because they operate in the same principle as a periscope. So the fire control stations have periscopes. So in this one structure altogether, you have 5 periscopes. And this is just a fire control points in the bridge. All right, now we're on top of the actual armor housing for the bridge and fire control station. So as you can see, here are our periscope heads, 5 of them right here alone. We're standing on the 7.5-inch armor top of the housing. And each turret, as you can see, you notice there are 2 periscopes on top of each turret. So the ones on top of turret 2 you can't see as they're tucked underneath the armored protective shielding for the 20 millimeters. But those are the ones for turret 1. Turret 2s are down here. So each turret has 2 periscopes. We'll go down to turret 3 and show you what that periscope looks like down there, but essentially it's the same thing. So each turret has 2 periscopes, so 3 turrets gives you 6 periscopes. So you got 6, 5, and then you have the ones for the boiler. So our periscope count is going up, and you have the ones for the turret. So keep count. We'll show you the rest. Come on. All right, we're upside the aft end of the ship. This is spot 2. This is the main battery director back aft, just after the stack. And here is where you would have a periscope. So each one of these directors, 1 and 2, would have a periscope here. The problem being, why you don't see anything here, is that this periscope was taken out when it was mothballed and sealed, and the periscope was left on deck. During the 80s, when they reactivated the Iowas, the Navy came here and proliferated what was left. And that periscope was one of the things they took as a spare because the Iowas had the same type of director. So a lot of the stuff in the battleships are very interchangeable, and hence why it was taken. So unfortunately, we're done, but here are 2 more periscopes in the collection. So we pull it all together, and we see what we have for a total. We have 39 periscopes on board this ship during World War II. And afterwards, they lost 10 due to the 5-inch gun mounts losing theirs and being modified. So back down to 29. So it's quite the inventory of periscopes. So we've got a submarine beat on that. But we're not designed to go underwater. They are. So in conclusion, periscopes apply to surface ships as well as submarines, and are very important for the operations of the ship, both in gunnery, engineering, and actually lookout. So when you come down, see if you can find them all and point them out. I'd like to thank you for coming in and getting all this information from us. We'd like you to like, share, and subscribe to our castings here, and that way we can help the ships come back and bring the fleet to you. So keep watching, more to come. Thank you for your time. Take care.